created the display, so look downstairs, is a, I did it really to show the kind of impossibility. I mean, it was created a few years ago, but it was more, people were talking about, virtual reality and virtual museums and this kind of thing. And the idea that you could record something and then kind of experience it with a headset or like this. And I thought it's not, especially with a sculpture, it's not possible. So this was kind of showing that as if you really try and kind of capture the essence of the sculpture and put it in crates and then move it. Of course, this was shown the first time in Montreal. Now it's being brought quite close to where it was shot in Calais. So you have a sense of the kind of failure of the ability to reconstruct a sculpture or to capture something and reconstitute it. And also you have, normally I put the camera on a tripod when I shoot my videos, and then what you see is people trying to stay still, and you see them failing, you see them moving. In Les Bourgeois de Calais created displays, you see the opposite. You see me trying to be still. And so in a way, you don't visually see me in it, but in a way it kind of turned the mirror on myself, and then you see me failing to be still in front of these sculptures. And in doing so, it also brings then the sculptures to life. Because I found, actually like this work here, where I found that when I shot sculptures, you have this, maybe not always, but when it's shown in relation to my work of people standing still, you have the people become sculptures, and the sculptures then kind of come alive a little. For me, Rodin is an interesting turning point. It's this point between kind of historical classicism and a kind of contemporary and sometimes modern, postmodern kind of both production and look of the work. So you have some works that are the kiss and they're kind of over the top and smooth marble, and then you have works that are quite avant-garde, like this. He cuts off a hand and attaches it to a body, and you see this. And in the Bourgeois de Calais, at first it seems like 6 figures, but lots of the figures are cut in half, and the top is twisted, and the hands are reused, and feet are reused, heads are reused. So this kind of
collage,
bricolage, sampling, changing things, reversing things is interesting.
2 months. This town has other than products in China. So these new buildings are put together with shadow lighting and have they don't call it that, shadow painting. In the summer,
living in one room and not have to worry about too much.
And it's challenging. For the first few days, it was like some kind of social experiment.
Pourquoi les bourgeois de Vancouver? Est-ce que là aussi une raison pragmatique? Parce que quelquefois, ça c'est à la base de l'explication de certains choix artistiques. Hein? On va tourner à Vancouver, ça devient les bourgeois de Vancouver.
Oui, il y a une part de ça, parce que dans la ville de Vancouver, c'était simple, il y avait que moi qui devais voyager à Vancouver. Et l'autre chose aussi, c'est que Vancouver, c'est une ville très 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 lointaine de Rodin. C'est probablement la ville la plus loin qu'on puisse imaginer de Paris. C'est une ville du Pacifique, remplie de Coréens, de Chinois, une ville très 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 moderne qui n'a presque pas de passé. Une maison antique, c'est une maison de 1900 ou même de 1920, etc. Donc le contraste entre les deux endroits était intéressant pour nous, était révélateur, était inspirant.
I don't want anyone to know about my conviction. It was the strangest thing when I got the job. I put on a shirt and tie and I had my resume, and the job recruiter, he didn't even look at it. Just asked me to take off my shirt, put my hands in the air, and have me stand there. It seemed like 5 minutes, and then he told me that I had the job.
I think Denys and I wanted to kind of tell, it's like these 6 individual stories, and so you really have a sense with the vertical screen too. We want to have it be the kind of the person, so it's like a person standing there, and you follow this one person, and there's a time in the day when they're posing as a group, but they're still alone.
Yeah, and you see a little bit of their life. Are they married? Are they with someone? How do they get to bed at night? We follow them every night and be with them maybe every morning. So in that sense, the vertical screen concentrates on one person rather than the horizontal screen, which is including other people. So that's something we work on.
I thought about quitting after about 2 weeks. My arms and legs were getting sore and it all seemed so pointless. But it has grown on me. What else would I do?
It's like a portrait of this city. It's like a sociological cut in this city, and you realize that some people are out of work. Some people are from the Korean community, and they're also out of work because of personal reasons. Someone is a junkie and, of course, has no job and needs to do something and get paid. Someone is a fraud and is just been out of jail and he needs a job for his parole reason. He might have money stashed somewhere and he looks like a businessman, but he needs a paying job in order to respect his parole conditions. So he does this on a temporary basis. You have a French Canadian who's there only for the ski, so it's not that he's downtrodden, but he cares only about the snow. That's all he cares about. And this is summer, so he's doing this job only for 6 months, and he says, as soon as the snow comes back, I'm out of here. So stuff like that. So it gives you a sort of portrait, un portrait par le vide, si vous voulez, par le contraire, a sort of portrait of what the city is all about.
Also, you never see the whole sculpture in here. So it's kind of these 6 slivers or something. And then as you view them, you kind of, so the only place you can see this sculpture in this artwork is like by piecing it together in your head. So I think that's a kind of, it's funny because a lot of this comes, I always find it hard to talk about a work like straight away, whereas like a work that's 2 years old, then I've got a chance to process it. But like what I just said about slivers making up the whole is something that perhaps we never discussed, but it's like intuitive. You kind of get this idea the screens will be this, and you somehow know stuff, and then when you see it finally, then you figure out if your intuition was right or wrong, or you can kind of examine it. But I find personally, like the decisions you make kind of as you're going are not always completely cognizant or something.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, this is the first time we're seeing this, so it's very hard for us here to just talk about it because it didn't have time to sit down and...
C'est très bien, justement, parce que peut-être dans 2 ans, vous entendrez dire quelque chose de complètement différent.
No, this is entirely possible. I mean, we don't know yet what we've done. We're looking at it as you are looking at it. We were placing the screen one day ago, yesterday. So we're not too sure about what we've done. We'll see as it lives.